Hello everybody, welcome to Stock Buddies. Today I want to go over the MACD indicator and show you guys how to use that indicator. There's a couple ways you can use it, so we'll kind of just jump right in. I personally don't use it if you're wondering. I use more of a price action based or off the charts charting versus the MACD indicator one. So over here we have the ES mini future contract that you can see. This gray area is shaded overnight, and this is all during the day. Market's still open, so it continues to move. But you can see we had some nice moves here in the MACD that I want to talk about. So the MACD is consisted of these two lines and this histogram. So let's talk about these two lines first. So these two lines are a 12 and 26 EMA basically subtracted from each other. And how you play them is, one way you can play them is when they cross each other, that's a buy or sell signal. So if this blue line crosses up past this yellow line, that would be a buy signal. And then same thing when it goes down, and that would be a sell signal. And then back down, buy, sell, buy, and on and on and on. These histograms indicate, as you can see, it gets from dark red to a brighter red. So if it goes from this dark bright red to this lighter red, when it changes that means the space between the two are getting closer. So you can see as this goes up, these start spreading apart. As it starts going down, these start coming closer and closer. And then you can see it's very light here, up and down. That means they're pretty close. Once they get taller and bigger, they get further apart. So if you're looking at the MACD, as this comes closer, you can probably see a cross. So this might be a good time to enter. And that might be a time to, like right here, you can see it's going down. This might be a good time to take a short. It crosses, confirm, you take a short, and you would have had a nice trade today. Probably would have told you to exit there, so you probably would exit it there. If you traded that, that would have been roughly 1.1% gain. So that's how you play that. So these two are good crossovers, but there's also where the histogram sits, the zero line, so the line that goes straight across is also an indicator to buy or sell. So when the two lines cross over, this is supposed to be a buy indicator. And then when it crosses down, it's supposed to be a sell indicator. So cross above is buy, this would have been a sell, and then this right here would have been another buy. So that's one way, or that's a second way to use the MACD. Another way to use the MACD is off divergence. So an easy way to show you divergence is right here. With the ES, it dropped down. So technically with the two lines crossing, right here would have been a buy indicator, and you can see this one trended up. So the lines trended up, kind of went in and out between each other, but the whole trend of this went down. So let me see if I can show you this a little bit better. So this channel to here, oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so you can see this, as it's going downward in this channel, this is still picking up, right? So this is picking up, but we're still trending down. Technically speaking, from this point to this point, this is a bullish diversion because it goes from here to here. It makes a newer low. So it goes from a low to a newer low, but the MACD goes low to a higher low. That indicates a bullish divergence. Same thing kind of technically here. It's not really a clear, but it would have been technically a bullish divergence. So from here to here, so it went from this low to that low. So you can see this low to that low, and then it went bullish divergence. It made that positive gain again. And you can see it crossed, and there you go, it went up again. And then over here, it crossed down. So if this, let's say if this MACD on this side stopped right here, you probably could have played from here and here, and that would have been a bearish divergence back down, and this would have continued to possibly go back down. I don't know if I can see like here and here, this is another bullish one, so low to lower low, and then it trends up. You can see that again here. This one is kind of far apart, but you can see from this top to that bottom, that's another bearish diversion. So it never created a higher high, it created a lower high, and you can see it sold off at the night. So if you take a look back on the charts, you can kind of see. Now, one thing I do have to mention, I'm using the ones that's in the gray area is the overnight period, and the ones that are in the regular day trading is just regular market hours. If you're looking at stocks, for example, let's look at Boeing BA. I have Boeing open right now, but I don't have the overnight markets open. So if we go to overnight markets, so extended hour tradings apply. So the ones that are in gray are overnight markets. Let's zoom into a couple pictures, and you can see, so overnight open, so on, so on. The MACD is still going on during the hours of non-market open. So during the after hours and pre-market, the MACD is still moving. This may or may not give you an indicator true or false to the price. So technically this would be a bearish diversion. So from this top to that top would be a bearish. So technically that played out okay, and then you continue to travel down, right? Here to here, this one and this one will give you a bullish. So low to lower low, and this technically should have shot up based off that indicator. It really didn't, and then you can see today was just a sell-off. There's nothing else today that you're seeing. I mean, here's a failed diversions, and then here to here, that would be lower, lower, low, and then traveled up a little bit. The reason I'm getting at this, if you change your equities to not show extended hours and just show regular, you may or may not get a better or worse indicator. This is something that you have to back test on your own to kind of see if you would like it. But let's say we just zoom back into the ones that we already have. So these low to that low would have created a up kind of vid. That one wasn't really, because that one had the overnight market, so that one really didn't count. I mean, there's no diversion. That's not even a bump. It never crossed. That's just the regular up top and then back down. Here to here gave you a little bit of uptrend. You could play that, but that's very risky. It didn't really pass. That's just more of a straight. If you did play that, would have been a nice trade. You saw that come in, top, new high, created back all the way down. So you can see, if you include or exclude the overnight market, it can change your whole entire strategy to better or worse. Something that you might have to test out to see what you like. Most traders might leave it on. If you don't even know about it, they even leave it off, because I think the default setting includes it off, especially on other platforms. Now, there's also another thing that I can mention is, like I said, this is the subtraction between the 12 and 26 moving average. You can change this. If you go in the settings on the indicator, you can change it to whatever you like. So you can change it to, let's say 19 and 30, for example. And that's going to give you a whole new different indicator. Not too bad on this one, but let's change it to a little bit more. Let's use the MACD 11. There we go. So now that would give you a whole different indicator. Not to extend from what it was before, but it gives you that sell signal might have not been a sell signal before, and now it is. So looking at this at a bigger picture, when you're looking at an indicator, there's multiple ways you can look at an indicator. One, from the settings of the length. It could be a length setting as what is the length that it's counting the bars in. It could be taking off the moving averages, the amount of counts. So the settings of the indicator make a big difference for your sell and buy signals, and also the overnight market. So if you include or exclude the overnight market, that makes a big difference. Some traders that have been trading for a while say yes, include it, because that is technically the price. The price is still moving. That still counts. Even though there is very, 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 very little volume overnight. Sometimes there is a lot of volume, though. It might break up because of news in the pre-market and it's trading upwards. So that's personally up to your style. You better back test to see what you like and find out what works for you. So right now you can see Boeing. This is Boeing's sell signal coming down to the 0. This could be a sell signal, but if you're using the 0 line as a signal line, it's technically still in a bullish in a buy signal zone because it's above the 0. So do your back testing on what you want to do with the MACD, how you want to play the strategies. Don't personally take off some recommendation. Do your own testing. Different stocks react differently to the volume and what they have. So do your testing. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. I'll be happy to help you out. The TradeStation does not have a back testing formula you can do this with. Other systems do. I do have a system to do that, so I can help you guys out, showing you guys some key factors and key features of that. But once again, if you have any questions, leave any comments down below, and I'll be happy to help you guys out. Thanks for watching.